Oh, that's right. Oh, wait. I hope you can hear me. Oh, no. No. Yes. Okay. Realizing that I didn't hire my chair. So I'm feeling even shorter than usual. Hi, Mark. It's good to see you. I'm sorry this is the situation we're dealing with at the moment. But isn't it always? Isn't it always the most inopportune moment? You know? I didn't put on my jewelry today, I realized. And it's like literally 3 p.m. So, Camille, why put on the jewelry if it's already 3 p.m. and you're live streaming? You know? These are the questions we ask. Hi, Rafi. Hello. I don't entirely remember where on my chair. Hello. There. It's a little too tall, but there we go. Okay. Hi. So, I don't know if I should wait 3 minutes or if I should just go for it. Because, I mean, Mark and Rafi are here, which is exactly the type of energy that I needed coming back. Hi, Torsten. Hello. Hello. I'm so happy to see you. I'm happy to see everyone. Yeah. It's a mermaid Hello Kitty plush. Squishmallow. Quite large. It's the only Squishmallow I own. I don't know if you've seen them, Rafi, but there's this brand of stuffed animals called Squishmallows that like everyone became obsessed with. I want to say in 2020 everyone started getting really obsessed with them. And I thought, oh God, I can't buy any of those because then I'll become obsessed with them. And then I will have no money because I will be buying a bunch of stuffed animals and also no room because I already have lots of regular ones. um, but I realized I bought one at like Five Below, which is a store where everything is $5 and below. So I bought one and then I realized I did not feel the serotonin I usually get from collecting certain things. So then I just was like, great, I don't need to collect Squishmallows. So I gave that one away. And then when I saw this one at Costco, I had to have it. And I'm glad I have this one because this size, I can use it for like so many things. It's great for lounging. Um, Hi, Andy. Happy 2022. How was your month break from YouTube? Honestly, a roller coaster. I thought I was going to have a great chill time uh catching up with just like my social life and resting, but also grinding at work and that did not happen. um for example, we had been planning to have like a family New Year's party where we were going to do Magic Garden as the theme, and it was really exciting, and everyone was excited. We even had it was going to be here, so our backyard was like tented. My parents bought a new like DJ speaker system, um, and then my brother and sister-in-law, and then also I think yeah, four other family members got COVID, so we canceled that. Um, so that didn't happen. And that's how the year sort of started, which I was okay with it because it was an unavoidable situation, and I was already happy that the party was going to be here, so I didn't have to go anywhere else. Because I'm much more of a homebody. Uh, so yeah, and then January started rolling. Nadia left and was supposed to go to Korea. that didn't happen. So then that was like a good 3, 4 days of stress for everyone here and her over there while she was on the other side of the world. um, and then I was just, chilling. Um, and my brother and sister-in-law are back. They're currently uh they stay in the guest room, which is my brother's old room, which is great. This has been fun. But then when my sister got back from I don't want to I mean I know you guys know, so I'll just say when my sister got back from London, her and my mom got COVID. So then there was a lot of it was kind of stressful to be like at home, but then also stressful to be at work because I interact with a lot of people, so I'm very cautious at work. um so then I would come home and my mother and sister were both quarantined off and using a different restroom than the rest of the house. But then I was still wearing like a mask around everywhere other than my room. So like that was a lot. And it really brought my like mental health down. I mean, I thankfully I did not get COVID and my dad also did not get COVID. So, I never got sick. But I did I did just like it was a lot of mental load for me. So then I had a hard time uh getting myself to create, my plan was to film things whilst on break so that I could have like oh my god, what am I thinking? Like a bank, like a backload of footage. Which I did do a little. I do have like a vlog ready. But yeah, it was difficult. But I mean, I survived, and I'm feeling better now that it's February. Um, I know that that was kind of like a lot, but that's basically what's been happening. Also, my we've had some issues with my boyfriend and his family, which I can't really disclose, but I get to see him a lot less right now, so that's also stressful. um, yeah, but there are a few bright sides. Number 1, my best friend, who you've seen sparingly, Sarah, she's turning 30 this month. So, her family and she had told me about this. They were going to this really fancy restaurant where it's a 5-course meal and like it's like designed by the chef of whatever night it is. So I was listening to her talk about it and I was like, wow, this sounds really cool. But the restaurant only allows parties of 2 or 4. And since it was going to be like her brother, her mom and dad, that was already 4. So I wasn't going. But she texted me yesterday and was like, hey, my brother doesn't want to go because her birthday's on Super Bowl Sunday. Um, so she's like, oh, you want to go? And I was like, yes, I want to go. So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be happening very soon. Um, thank you, Rafi. And yes, Andy, it is very mentally draining and trying my best to be as positive as possible and just keep everything okay. And hi, Joy. So happy to see you too. I'm sorry that we're doing a talking live stream. I posted it on Patreon, but I'll say it again. Streamlabs was downloading, and I didn't want to push the stream to be later because I really wanted to talk to you guys. And I know that like the reason I do this at 3 p.m. is it's a more opportune time for people to see it, people who I care about seeing it. So, I figured since I had been gone for a month, I had enough to talk about anyway. And we had enough to talk about anyway, that it wouldn't really matter what I did. I also made it subscriber only because that's the kind of energy I wanted today. uh, Speaking of my boyfriend, he'll be here. I mean, not that you'll see much of him other than him entering and exiting. But he went to go get my coffee creamer because we're out and we've been out for a couple days. Weirdly, weirdly, so obviously there have been supply chain issues, which is fair. Uh, I have no it hasn't been super devastating to my area, thankfully. And this also isn't devastating. I just wanted to talk I just wanted to say, um, last week when I ran out of creamer, my dad went to go or my mom stopped at two places looking for it, couldn't find it. It was like the only thing missing in the shelves, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Camille, I couldn't find it. You know, I'll go somewhere else tomorrow." And I'm like, "Ah, it's no big deal. It's just one day. I work at a place that has a cafe. It's fine." And then my dad went searching two other places, couldn't find it, and then he was like, "Is it okay if it's a different flavor?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. I get the I think it's Coffee Mate who does it, maybe. Just like a sugar-free vanilla creamer." And he was like, Is it okay if it's sugar-free hazelnut?" And I was like, "Sure, whatever. I don't care. I just want to drink coffee at home." Apparently I do care because when I tried it, I was like, "Ooh, this is not the same." I mean, obviously it's different, but I did not like it. Is creamer something like milk? Yeah, so yes, although I'm pretty sure creamer is technically non-dairy. It's just something to sweeten milk that is not, whole milk or half and half. Um Yeah, so it's just the reason I like that particular one is that I can put it in, and then I don't have to add any sugar or anything else to my coffee. Like, it makes it really streamlined at home. Um, yeah, and so I thought I liked hazelnut, but I guess I don't like sugar-free hazelnut. So yes, I sent him. Hopefully he finds it because I very much would like just regular. Oh, speaking of, he just texted me. They still don't have the normal brand that I get. Wow, that's weird. It's been like 2 weeks. But he found a different brand that's also actually wait, that's not right. Wait, no, yeah, it is. I had a moment of temporary lapse. Ah, fancy milk then. Yeah, something like fancy milk. um, so yeah, I am thoroughly anticipating him getting home and making some coffee for me. I've had a little bit today. I tried ordering one, ordering one from somewhere I don't normally order, and I did not enjoy it. So I have had some caffeine. I could have made myself tea. These are things that could have happened that I didn't do. Hi, George. So yes, I have been trying to. Oh, because I couldn't see my boyfriend as much as I normally do, I had a harder time like going out going out to places that I had planned to film because, without him I'd be going alone cuz I as much as I like so many of my friends, most of them don't have the same work schedule as I do. And then on top of that, uh I try not to see everyone too often because we're still being very safe. Um I like to put Irish cream in my coffee. I've actually never tried doing that. I've always thought about getting I think there was one night where we were at this restaurant that my best friend really likes, and they have an espresso martini, and she was like, "Oh, that sounds really good right now." And I knew that I needed to stay up, so I was like, "Should I do that?" But instead, I did not order it because that place has a really, really good watermelon martini, and I get it every time, sometimes multiple times because it's so good. Oh, also in other news, you know, Nadia turned 22. That's one of the nice things about her not being able to go to Korea for a month is we got to have her here. Um, we've done a few things, or she did lots on her birthday. Like we woke up. Yeah, we all. I am not working today as I worked all night last night. Ah! Well, I'm gonna come back to that because I was gonna say something about that too. Um, so we woke up, and since my brother and sister-in-law are here, we had like a family breakfast on Nadia's birthday, which was nice. And then she went out to lunch to one of my favorite places to get like really, really good pizza. And I was mad because she did not bring me leftovers, and I always bring her leftovers when I go to that place. To be fair, she didn't realize that that was the place. Whatever. And then what did we do for oh, she also went out for dinner that night with other friends. So she had like a jam-packed birthday weekend. Um, I'm not working to I wanted to come back to Mark saying that you worked last night. This week, and Patreon people know, because I talked about it a little bit, that I was supposed to do 3 overnights this week. So like Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday. And my original plan was like, okay, when I get off work on Thursday morning, I'm just gonna stay up and just like stay up to the best of my ability until a regular sleep time for me, because tomorrow, Friday, I work a normal 9 to 5:30. Luckily, I thought I could do this. I really did. Um, because I'm 25. I'm not really that old, but I am someone with a relatively normal sleeping schedule, which is pretty uncommon for my age, so I'm pretty proud of that. Uh, but the second night, so it was like uh, only because I started at 9 p.m. So it was like 11:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, and I felt terrible. I felt like I was going to drop around midnight. My manager called me over because it was just me and her, and then people were working on our bathrooms and cafe tiles, so that's why we needed the overnights. She called me over, and like the project manager guy was like, "Oh, they're gonna finish tonight. We don't need to do a third overnight. We just need to come in early on Thursday, like at 6 a.m." And my manager's like, "Great." So then she turns to me and she's like, "All right, do you want to come in instead at 6 a.m. on Thursday and work at a different store because they need help for some corporate visit?" And I looked at her and I was like, "I do not want to do that." It's like, I am going to fall over. I'd rather have a normal day on Thursday so that I can come in refreshed on Friday. And I'm glad I made that decision. The workers actually ended up finishing at like almost 1:45ish. So I was back from my lunch, but I was like, "Ooh, are we gonna get to leave? If I leave now, I could just like fall asleep and make it even more normal." That did not happen. We kept working. Um, it wasn't until 4 a.m. that my manager was like, "Oh my god, it's 4 a.m. We should leave. I'm coming back at 8 a.m." And I was like, "Why are you coming back at 8 a.m. to open the store?" And she was like, "I did it yesterday." And I was like, "That doesn't make it right." Oh, so I am more rested than I originally planned to be today, because I don't even want to think about how weird I would have been if I had to live stream after that. um, Also, Andy saying, been snowing and windy here in Ohio with a temperature of about 20 degrees. And Rafi, it also snowed here from Monday evening until almost Wednesday morning. Snow ended this morning in Missouri, got about 10 inches here, and it's about 16 degrees with a wind chill of -1. Listen, I am a Southern California girl through and through. I visit the snow, uh, and I enjoy that. Uh, I am not above realizing that I could not do that. The idea of driving in snow makes me want to have a nervous breakdown because I get nervous driving, period. Hi, Victor. Welcome in. And George, funny you say that. I actually have a coworker who's on his way to Missouri. He was telling us in our group chat that his flight was canceled. He's right now in Atlanta. There's just like one hair that's not that one. It's like going to the side. He's stuck in Atlanta. They canceled his flight because of the storm. A storm somewhere. So he's currently trying to get out of Atlanta and to Missouri. Okay, so it looks like he's now going to Charlotte and then St. Louis. Because originally he was like, I might have to sleep in this airport. And I was like, well, at least Atlanta's a nice airport. So yes, I applaud y'all for being able to live in the snow. I couldn't do that. I've been doing the same thing this week as well. I work Monday day and continued to Monday night and then Tuesday night till Wednesday. Mark, I don't know how you did that because I was struggling. it was I mean, luckily no one was there to see me struggling to do work, but like I was so embarrassed in my own head. I was like, have I really just I don't even know what to say about that. I'm just so used to having like a go to bed between 10 and 11, wake up between like 6:30 and 7:30. It's sort of like thing. Yeah, I like rain. It's been pretty nice. This storm covers from mid Texas to Maine. Okay. That makes sense why he's stuck. Um today, let's see. I'll tell you. Today we've got a high of 65 and a low of 46. Although the real feel is 69 because it is bright and sunny. There is some wind, but today's been I haven't been outside very much, but there was a week, I want to say it was like 2-ish weeks ago, maybe 3 at this point, where the wind was just like it was the strongest I have heard wind here in like a long time. Because whenever we get like a wind advisory, I'm like, okay, like it's not that serious. But then I got the notification and I was like, huh, that's weird. And then I stepped outside and I was like, what? Especially when I got to work, I went into our back room, which is where I normally am. And you could hear, we have like really big steel doors, maybe. uh, you know, to where people come in and bring the deliveries, and you could hear the wind like howling through them all day. It was like getting louder than my music, and I was like, "Wow, this is weird." Uh, it takes 2 times longer for every car to drive when it's snowing like that. Yeah, that I don't doubt it. It would take me 4 times as long. And I know in my heart I could not do that. I know that if I'm ever in a situation where there is snow and someone has to drive, it's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, it's so funny because my oh hi. Um, it's so funny because Chris is not very confident in his driving, but I feel so much safer. I'm like, just drive. It's fine. I can do this. I mean, I assume you get used to it. Driving on snow is fun. Torsten, I want to believe you, but it just sounds terrifying. Camila, it's awesome that you can listen to music at work. Do you play a variety or mostly K-pop? It depends on the workload. Because when I have to like really get through a shipment, as fast as possible. I, I put on, like, a K-pop playlist because I can there are so many songs that, like, really energize me, but most of the time when it's just, like, normal, I play a variety. I really like because there are a lot of people with a range of ages at my work, so I like and, they come into the back and they're subjected to whatever I'm listening to, and I try to be versatile because of that. Um, and one of my coworkers, she is a woman, I believe in her 60s, I wanna say. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's late 50s. Either way, her favorite song, I found out, is "Come On Eileen" and also "Ballroom Blitz." And so I like surprising her. Recently, I was playing my Microcosmo Magic playlist, which is a bunch of songs from a variety of artists that just, like, sort of, like, give a magic feeling? Hard to explain, but, um, "These Old Bones" by Dolly Parton is on it, and it was playing, and she was like, "Dolly Parton?" And I was like, "Kim, obviously, I'm gonna play the queen." And she was like, "Ah, I just love that you listen to everything." And I'm like, "Thank you." Oh god. Also, Torsten, I did see that. I usually drift some circles on the parking lot then. Terrifying. Terrifying. Good morning. Hopefully you've introduced some coworkers to Angelina. That is also true. That's this is what makes me it feels vain, but I'm going to say it. I really thrive off of when one of my coworkers is like, "What song is this?" or "Who is this?" because it just I love the feeling so much. Um I had one like a new coworker be like, "Oh, because I was playing a K-pop playlist at the no, I think at the time I was just playing a regular playlist that has like a mix of everything, and it was playing a K-pop song, and she was like, "Oh, do you only listen to K-pop?" And my manager was in the room, and she turns around, she's like, "No." She's like, "Camille listens to everything in, like, every language." And it was so funny, and I looked at her and I was like, "Oh, yeah, like, this playlist alone has songs in English, Spanish, Korean, Mandarin, like, Thai." Driving in snow or ice is no problem. Hate fog, personally. Fog is terrifying. That is very true. It is a great feeling when someone asks which artist you're listening to. It really is. I would probably pass out if I drifted some circles. You know what, Rafi? Me too. Agreed. So where is this boy? Why is he not back yet? Oh, I'm psychic. Could you make me a cup of coffee? Um. So yeah, I have solidified my reputation at work as someone who listens to everything, which is great because that's how I prefer to be perceived. Um, Granted, there are a lot of days where I have to just listen to straight K-pop for 8 hours because of the shipment being 3,000 pounds. Like, oh, that's a thing I've been doing a lot recently. Is like telling my, reminding my mother how much lifting I just do on the average day at my job, because I don't think she can conceptualize what I'm doing. Because she's like, "Why are you so tired when you come home?" And I'm like, "Ma." I'm like so I come home and I'm like, "Oh, the shipment was pretty heavy today. It was like 2,500 pounds." And it's been kind of fun. Um, Granted, doing a shipment like that is not very fun. Well, 2,500 is not too bad. The really bad ones are anything over that, you know? Driving in circles would not be good for what I drive for work. Yeah, no, I'd imagine. I'd imagine, Mark. That's another thing. I applaud you for being someone who is driving for work. I didn't used to be so afraid of driving, but when I got into a very minor car accident that was mutual fault and also in a parking lot, it really took a heavy hit on my mental. Sometimes dealing with customers is tiring more than carry stuff around. That is very true. No, 100%. I that is exactly why I do my best at my job of being the like receiver in the stockroom because I don't want to be out there. I have done my time and that's why. He's asking what flavor. Cool. I'm so excited for coffee. My favorite activity for the past year has been driving alone. Yeah, that'll do it. I do I'd say one of my favorite activities is driving. This is where I tell you again that I am a Southern California girl because, for example, my birthday in 2020, me and my boyfriend drove up and down PCH or Pacific Coast Highway, which is our coastal highway, just blasting music and having a good chat. That's like I really enjoy that. Um well, definitely truck drivers have to deal with both. Whew. This is George, this is exactly why I applaud Mark. um Rafi, make sure you're okay though. And you can always talk to me if you're not. I'm around. Sometimes I'm sleeping, but I'm around. Mm. I think I may have talked briefly about this because now I can't remember when I bought the game, but um, I bought Stardew Valley, which is a game. Oh dang! I would pay money to do that. I mean the PCH driving. Um, Not having to deal with customers plus exercise lifting plus listening to music. Great job choice. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. uh, you would pay money to I mean it is very nice, especially at nighttime, driving up and down PCH with like milkshakes from Sonic. Great time. Um what was I saying? Oh yeah, I bought this game called Stardew Valley because I was someone who got really into Animal Crossing, the video game, which I've shown you guys videos of during the pandemic. So I was like, oh, people always say that, people who play Animal Crossing all their lives also really like to play Stardew Valley. I should look into Stardew Valley. So I assumed this was a farming game. Like you move to a farm that your grandfather leaves you and you fix it up, and I thought that that was the only concept in this game. I was very wrong. Like this game is so intricate and like so many different things going on at once. Like in Animal Crossing, the gameplay is like real time. So a whole 24-hour day is exactly a whole 24-hour day in real life. So you have a lot of time to like do things and fix your island. In Stardew Valley, a day I think is maybe 20 minutes. So like number 1, the time is very rushed. Number 2, not only is it a farming game, it's also a dating game. Like you're supposed to get a partner from the townspeople. And then there's also you're fighting these monsters in caves, like slime balls and skeletons and ghosts. and there's a wizard that you talk to. And then you also are trying to fix up the community center for the townspeople. Like, there's so much going on. That is exhausting. Why only 20 minutes? I don't even know. It's very, and you walk so slow. Like, your character walks so slow. Thankfully, I have gotten to the point where I now have a horse, and that has helped a lot. But still, I mean, I'm getting better. I've had to look up I've never had to look up how to do so many things in a game before. Like, I genuinely need a companion guide because, oh my god. I recently found out because my coworker told me there's a book. There's a book in our store. I can't remember what it's called. I can clearly picture the cover, but it talks about the history and makings of a bunch of video games, and Stardew Valley is in there. And so my coworker was reading it and found out that Stardew Valley was made by one person. Like, this, I think it was a dude. And this this person, from the very smallest coding of the game and storyline to the end of it, like, it was just one person designing everything, and that is wild to me. Very, very wild. But also very evident because of how non-user friendly the game is, like me having to look up stuff even though I'm someone who's been playing video games for 20 plus years, you know? Um and yeah, it's been wild. It's quite the learning curve. I don't know. uh, but yeah, it took that person like 10 to 15 years, I think, to make it. Hello, Easty finally remembered. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Ooh, I'm so excited. Look, it's super hot, so I'm gonna wait a second. But yeah, it was just, it's really interesting. Like, I mean, I'm enjoying myself. It is more stressful than I thought it would be. Like, I thought it would be nice and relaxing, like Animal Crossing is. It just isn't. um, but I have been quite addicted to playing it within the last month. Um, on top of that, it feels like I talked about this, but maybe it feels like I talked about it because I've talked about it to everyone I know. Um, I needed a, like, sitcom to be in the background of me playing video games because my brain needs a lot of stimulation. Um, so I decided, because I've seen so many of the most iconic uh sitcoms like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, uh, and now I can't remember anything else, but I've seen them already. And there are, if Friends was available on like Netflix, I probably would have done that and just watched Friends again. But I decided to watch Golden Girls from start to finish because I had seen a few episodes here and there, and I knew that it was funny. And obviously Betty White just passed away, and I was like, this is this is a great time to start the series. Um, and it is fantastic. I am genuinely so shocked with how well, because this is a show from the 80s, you know. So I'm shocked that like 90% of their jokes are still like, still funny, still passable, still appropriate today. Like, it is amazing that that many jokes are still so good. I realize I've never looked up who are the main writers of it, but I definitely should. The Warning postponed their tour and have posted new dates. I bought tickets to see them on May 2nd in Pittsburgh. Ooh, I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad that they postponed, but this also means that I might be able to go now because during the last one I could not, and now I can't remember why. But they were playing like in two places that were pretty easy for me to get to. Huh. I want it to be cool already so I could drink it. God, what am I missing? Friends, How I Met Your Mother. I've never seen all of Big Bang Theory, But I think Big Bang Theory and, like, Modern Family are ones that just ran, like, way too long, so I just can't imagine doing them, but I feel like I'm forgetting something very important, and it's bugging me. But yeah, that's basically been sort of my life, is there were a lot, like, January was a lot. It needed to it needed to end. And I'm really excited for February because I'm excited. Oh, The Office. Thank you, Rafi. The Office and Parks and Rec. The Office and Parks and Rec are the 2 that I was forgetting that are so obvious. I have seen The Office and Parks and Rec. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, I'm excited about February because I have a friend's birthday coming up. Um, I think I've talked about it before on the channel, but I am very against doing stuff on Valentine's Day, like the actual day and or the weekend, because it's too much for me. There's too many people out and it's all like a lot of stimulation, so I don't do it. Um, but it is still fun. I still like Valentine's Day. Um, and then we start to get into March and lots of my family members have birthdays. You know, hello. I usually put in 1 ice cube if I wanna drink it quickly. I know. I just my teeth are, like, so sensitive. I feel like they've been getting more sensitive as I age, which is thoroughly frustrating. But yeah, I'm just, if it gets bad, I drive the tractor. If it gets worse, I take the mules. Oh, you know, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but when I went to Disneyland in December, I got a pass. Are they only playing at Berkeley? Because if so, that's a drive. If I tried to do Berkeley. Because I think when they were coming last time, they were doing a place in LA and then also one in Santa Ana, which I thought was kind of funny from a California perspective. um, and even if they did one in like San Diego, I'd be willing to do that too. I've gone to concerts in San Diego. I've done that. It's not that bad of a drive. Good, good. But yeah, so I'm excited to do more Disney stuff. I had plans to do filming there in January that just didn't happen because of all the other things that went on. Yeah, I think most of the footage that I have from January, there's a chance that it might just be patron only because it just feels all of my stuff just feels so different. Yeah, it's mostly me doing errands, making food, making oh, they're not on my desk anymore. Um, but just this week was number one, Lunar New Year. Number two, in bulk, or St. Bridget's Day is another one you could call it. Okay, so yeah, they're doing the Troubadour. That's what I was thinking. The Troubadour in May on my birthday weekend. um, and then Santa Ana Constellation Room. That I just because the name sounds so interesting. I think that's why I looked at it and I was like, should I should I go to the one in Santa Ana? Um what was it? Oh yeah. So this week was basically the midway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So the whole like vibe of that holiday is love, obviously, and also just like setting intentions for learning and like bettering yourself as a person. So I made these really cute, and I have footage of it. I made these really cute baskets for Nadia and three of her friends that had these like blue and pink roses like around it, and then in the basket had tissue because you know it's windy. Tissue, little tabs for annotating books and stuff. Some rose potpourri, some candies, and a candle that smelled so good. We got it into the store and we literally got 4. Like, it was a box. I opened the box and I was like, "Wow, that smells good." And I saw that there were 4 candles, and that's when my brain went like, "I need to make these baskets." Nadia already gave it to one of her friends, and I think the other 2 are coming by this weekend, which, that's something I'm gonna do tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Saturday. Saturday, I'm going to be having, like, a bonfire to celebrate this holiday, and I think I'm giving them, yeah, I believe the tickets from the original dates are being honored for the later dates. The warning shows so California are likely sold out. Yeah, unless I wanna get it from a scalper, which I don't usually want to do. I try to avoid that pretty much entirely. I actually had, we were supposed to see Monsta X at the end of this month, but they rescheduled theirs for, I think July, which I was totally fine with because, I'm not super wasn't super down to go to the Forum in February. Let's see, I'm gonna type their name. Oop. Into, Ticketmaster. The I really wanna know what the Constellation Room looks like. Such a weird. Okay, I was I'm amazed that that was the I'm amazed that that was the first time I froze. Um, it looks like I could get a couple tickets to the Santa Ana one. Um, for some reason, LA is not coming up at all, so I'm gonna guess that there's the House of Blues in San Diego. Um, there is some general admission, standing only. Giant although I'm pretty sure the Constellation is also general admission, just a room. My favorite place to see small groups is definitely what is now called the Novo in LA Live area. Because obviously they have a really nice balcony seating area, and I'm getting to the point where I like to like to have a seat at concerts. We're going to have a K-pop Flex concert here in Germany with Monsta X, Mamamoo, and some other K-pop groups. That's cool. I definitely want to see Mamamoo. I was hoping that Twice is supposed to be here in like 2 weeks. It's February 15th and 16th. I was hoping by this time they'd reschedule so I have more time to buy tickets, but it's looking like I'm not going. But then I keep jumping. Here's the thing, my brain keeps jumping back and forth about it because what if this is like the last time I'd be able to see Twice because their contract is up soon and I don't know what they're gonna do. um, yeah, I don't. I have a lot of feelings about it, and I try not to think about it because at the same time, BTS did. Um, BTS. I'm unstable. Hmm. Where is? Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know, Torsten. I was just waiting. um, so when you get like, there's a something called an army membership for BTS, and with that membership, you can get 4 different, merch boxes that they release, and the most recent merch box they released was a stadium sanctioned clear concert bag, because all of the stadiums, at least around me, and I'd imagine most places now, you have to have a clear bag of a certain size. And when I saw that, I was like, that's fishy. Like, that sounds like there's another stadium tour coming, you know. And if I'm gonna spend money on tickets, it should be BTS, even though I've seen them before and I've never seen twice. It's a very bye Victor. It's very difficult. It's a internal struggle. Anyway, it's okay that Victor's saying goodbye because I'm about to say goodbye as well. Um, Mostly because I'm worried about the connection moving, and we're almost, we made it 51 minutes. Is pretty good for someone who's not reacting, you know. Um, yeah. So thank you for doing this. My glasses are reflecting, and it's bugging me a little. Although I look without them, you can see sort of uh, the toll these overnights have taken on my eyes. I think I need to do some eye patches once I'm done here. So anyway, thank y'all for joining me today. Sorry it wasn't a reaction stream. We'll get back to that next week, hopefully. I am pretty worried now that there's more people in the household that the internet might be more strained, but we'll do the best we can, you know. Nadia should be uploading her travel vlogs very soon. Now that we're done with January, and I hope y'all have a good weekend and a restful rest of your week. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy. Let me move my cursor to the right place so that I could say peace, peace, much love. Bye.